I'm here because I wanted to tell you about some of the ways that I supplement my income and survive. So awesome. This video is brought to you by all my Patreon supporters. Go Team Awesome! Yokoso peeps, it's Oz. I'm back and I'm back at my Board of Education office. Of course, I work for the Board of Education as an ALT. I'm a direct hire, so my salary is a bit higher than ALTs who work for dispatch companies like Interact. However, at the Board of Education I work for, we only work 4 days a week, which is great because I have 3 days off a week. I work only from Tuesday to Friday. I have Mondays off, but at the same time, it also means my salary is a bit lower than if I was working a full-time. So even though it is enough, especially I live in a small town and my rent has been cheaper, my transportation is cheaper, food choices are lower, so I usually cook at home now and eat at home. So I have been saving a lot more money than I used to be. I'm paying off a lot of debt, credit card debt and other loans I took out. And in general, like, I'm just squeaking by each month, but it would be nice to have more savings. So I've been thinking of different ways to supplement my income. And I wanted to just talk about some of the things that you could do if you're in Japan and you did want to add to your income if you have the time and are willing. It depends on your company. Some companies don't want you working for other companies or other jobs, but overall I think most companies are pretty open to it as long as it doesn't interfere with their work hours, or it doesn't interfere with their students. So I work as an ALT here. I teach at elementary school and junior high school, so I have private lessons on weekends. And I tend to teach adults just because I teach kids during the week, and I used to be a kindergarten teacher before, but I prefer teaching adults, something different. So I do have adult private lessons. I have some private lessons in the town where I live and also in Chiba where I used to live. There's certain ways you can find private lessons. Usually word of mouth is the most popular. For example, someone you know in the izakaya you're at, or at the restaurant or cafe you go to, or even someone you work with or a coworker, they always have a brother or a sister or a wife or a family, someone to learn English, so they're looking for a teacher. So I found some of my private lessons that way, but I was also on a website, I can't remember, I'll leave it somewhere written here, but that website, you just post your profile, the area you're located in, how much you charge, and the time, the schedule you're available, and students contact you and you can teach them private lesson. You can choose your own rate and it's free. So that's why I did that, and I got a couple of students that way. First of all, you decide the time, how many hours you want to teach, where you want to teach, what kind of lessons you want to teach, and how much to charge. So it's a lot of freedom for you. Because it's all private lessons, there's no contract, there's no like legal obligation. A lot of the students are like only 1 or 2 times and then they give up, or they're busy, or they're working. So like sometimes you only teach students once in a while. Like for example, I taught a woman for like a year. I taught her about once a month, but as she got busier with her work, it became like once every 2 months, once every 3 months. So it's not very reliable source of income if you're looking for like guaranteed money every month, for example, because it will fluctuate depending on students, how many you have, how many leave or are interested or quit or are too busy to take your class. So, but it is definitely a good way to supplement your income. I charge between 2,000 to 3,000 yen per hour. And then more if it's a group lesson, and depending on location, maybe add transportation. But I try to be closer to where I live and try not to charge too much. Some people can charge up to 5,000 yen an hour even, so you can make your own thing, and if people are willing to pay it, that's great. But for me, I usually stick to between 2,000 and 3,000 per hour. Ramen shops or convenience stores or like Uniqlo, there's a lot of shops that do hire foreigners recently, especially convenience stores. There's a lot of 7-Elevens and Lawsons and Family Marts, and a lot of the people there are part-time students or just people who've moved to the country, immigrants who are working there. So that is a good way to find a job or to work part-time if you're looking for something for like a side gig. Pay is like minimum wage, which is not bad. The minimum wage here I believe is 950 yen, I believe, for an hour. So it's not too bad. And if you work the night shift, you get paid more. So that is a possibility if you are looking for something temporary while you're looking for another job or while you're working a day job. I would recommend checking out a website called GaijinPot. Not only do they list jobs that are available besides English teaching, but a whole bunch of different industries and fields. Another way to make money is freelance. There's a lot of blogs and like online websites. They're always looking for writers or photographers or video makers who are in Japan, who are willing to go out and shoot video or write articles about events or something happening in Japan. So definitely writing articles or doing some kind of freelance work. If you have some skill in either editing or video making or web design, anything like that, you can find a lot of freelance work in Japan as well with English. You can be a YouTuber. This one is a lot more much more a passion rather than a moneymaker, but it could be a moneymaker if your videos do well and you get viral videos or whatever. I wouldn't depend on this for an actual income. I've been doing it for 10 years and I haven't been so successful in terms of money, but I've just had a whole bunch of videos, so for me it's just good experience, good exposure. But it is a good way to make contacts as well. Through my YouTube, I did find some freelance jobs, I did find some private lessons, I did find some people interested in doing sponsorship videos. So it is a way to get some income eventually. The actual ad revenue though is not going to be very high unless, like I said, you're getting big videos with big views. But it's still a good a way to make some side cash. One thing that has supplemented my income greatly is because I'm a YouTuber and because I'm like a social media creator, I guess, is a Patreon. Patreon is a website. It's kind of like crowdfunding for you. If you are a maker of videos or music or artist or anything that's like you're creating something, you can promote yourself on Patreon and your fans can support you. And I think my Patreon is what's saved me. A lot of the time when I was really broke and I was in a lot of troubled times, it was my fans or my viewers who were supporting me on Patreon who really like pushed me and allowed me to like pay my rent and pay my bills. And you can make anywhere from like $1 or nothing to like thousands of dollars depending on how popular you are and how many followers you are and the different rewards or different tiers you offer. So definitely Patreon is a good way to make some supplementary income, especially if you are a creator who's not getting as much exposure or revenue that you want. And this one kind of goes along with the writing, with the freelance writing. So I like writing, and I always had a dream of writing a novel. I just wanted to write a novel. And so at first I just had so many attempts to write a novel, I just never end up doing it. I'd do like a chapter or something, or I'd write an outline and I just give up. But then there's this one summer where I was like, okay, I have an entire month off and I just want to write something, write a novel. So I wrote it, and I was just gonna keep it for myself. And then one of my friends said, why don't you just make it into an ebook and you don't have to, you know, do anything more than just upload it to a website like Amazon and make some money out of it, right? You might as well make some money since you put so much time and effort into it. So I said, oh, that's a good idea, and I decided to do that. But as I was researching it, I realized Amazon, I not only could make an ebook, I could actually self-publish my own book, the paperback form. I would love to hold my own book and say, hey, I wrote this. Just a feeling. Even if nobody buys it, it would just be a great feeling. So I did that. So this book is called Swipe Right for Love, and it's people thought it's like a life story of me or talking about my dating in Japan, but it has nothing to do with me. I mean, there are some experiences in here that happened to me, but it's like a fiction book. It's like a romantic comedy. It's like watching a Netflix romantic comedy movie. It feels very movie-ish, and it goes fast, and it's a quick read, and it's a fun read. And all the people that read it who gave me feedback said it's a really fun book and they really liked it. But like I said, it's not about me, but it has parts of my life or my friends in it. If you are interested in buying it, of course, it's available in ebook form or paperback form, and I'll put it in the link down below. But like I said, this is another way to make supplemental income, because you don't have to put a lot of money in. So that was my main thing. I didn't have a lot of investment money, so I don't have money to invest in like Bitcoin or something like that. So I wanted to do something that I could do for free but would supplement me income-wise. So I don't have like 1,000 copies of this. When people order it on Amazon, Amazon publishes it and sends it out. So that's why I don't get a huge cut from it, but it's better than nothing, right? Of course, if this was to sell like thousands of copies, then I could make a lot of money from it. I'm surprised at the people that did buy the ebook and the paperback. So for those of you, thank you so much, and I hope you liked it. If you guys would write Amazon reviews, that would be great. Another good way to supplement your income, if you are, I'm not gonna lie, if you are older and whiter, you can be a priest. There's a lot of wedding chapels, and there are a lot of wedding chapels that have like the fake Christian wedding, and they need like a fake Christian person to be a priest. So I don't think you even need to be ordained. It's just like a part-time job. You pretend to dress up like a priest and you do these speeches. I think you need to speak Japanese. A lot of the jobs require Japanese, but definitely that's a good way to make a lot of money. I think you make around $100 or more per wedding, and you can probably do like 3 or 4 weddings in a day. So that's like easy 400, 500 bucks in a day on a Saturday or a Sunday. Unfortunately, they're looking for people who look the role of a priest. So I don't think you have to be white. I mean, you could be any color, but you have to have like that professory, priesty looking, like older person look to it. Also, if you're good looking or slim or tall or blonde or just naturally appealing physically, there's a lot of opportunities to be a model or an extra or like, yeah, magazine or hair or whatever kind of model. In America, where everyone has to be like super good looking, here, because you're not Japanese, you kind of stand out as it is. So whether you're black or white or brown or whatever color other than Asian, even if you're like Chinese or Vietnamese, as long as you look pretty, you can probably get a lot of jobs as an extra or just a model or a poster model or like a, you know, TV or advertising kind of model. And if you're just average looking like me and you're not particularly tall or talented or anything, you technically still could be an extra. I'm outside this hotel, Bay Plaza Hotel. She's a famous Kisarazu celebrity, and there she is. And we're about to shoot a script, a little bit teaching English, easy English. So I'm gonna be the stupid foreigner. So that should be fun. I'm good at being stupid, so.
今回は出来上がりをこの一言を使ってお見せできればと思います。撮れましたよ。How about?
Wow, it's perfect. Thank you. Another way is to have a blog or your own website, because you could get affiliate marketing or put banner ads on your website. You can do like Google AdSense, which doesn't pay that much, but it's better than nothing. Also, you can do a lot of like affiliate where you put banners of different companies, and if someone buys something using that link, you would get a commission, like up to like 50% even sometimes. So it's a really good way to make a lot of money if you have a lot of people coming to your website. So that's another way to definitely supplement your income, if you can make a blog or website and hope that it gets popular. Anyway, I think I've covered a lot of ways that you could supplement your income. There's probably more. If you think of any other ones, please let me know in the information section below. Thank you everyone for watching my videos, and please thumbs up if you like this video, share. Like I said, Patreon is available, my book is available. You can go to my website, OzzyAwesome.com. And that's another way where you could support me. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, because my videos are awesome. OzzyAwesome. Take care and see you next time. Peace. Hi, I'm here with Kieko.
Hey.
She's a famous Japanese talent.
Ozzy's helping us today, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to be on air.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. If you guys are in Japan, you should watch it.